Students, welcome back to the maths class. Today we are going to start exercise 7.3 question number 5. In the previous session we have finished till question number 4. So let us see how we can solve this question. In this question we have given that ABC is an isosceles triangle with AB and AC are equal. Definitely if triangle is isosceles, then two sides will be equal, whichever is mentioned over here. Then they are saying draw AP perpendicular to BC, means from the point A you need to draw a perpendicular onto the side BC. That is given. One more thing is given to us. Then we have to show that angle B and angle C are equal. Okay, so first of all we shall make the figure as per the given information and then we shall solve it properly. So first we shall draw one triangle. So suppose this is our given triangle ABC, right? And in this triangle the vertex I am taking, the top vertex I am taking as A. So from that point I am making the perpendicular. So from this point let us draw the perpendicular also. Okay, now let us give the name over here. First of all, this perpendicular from the point A I have drawn. So this point I will give the name as A, this point I will give as B, and this point we can mark as C. And since from the point A we have drawn the perpendicular, so this point I will mark as P, and this perpendicular is drawn on the both sides of point P. Means we can say that angle APC will be also 90 degree and angle APB will be also 90 degree. Okay, here we can take if required we can take the name of the angle also, angle 1 and angle 2, otherwise we shall keep it as it is. If required further we will take it later. First we shall write down the given here what we have given, that triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle and what we have given, that is, means if it is isosceles, so which sides are equal? We have given that AB is equal to AC. Okay, second thing, we have given that AP is perpendicular to BC, so that also we will mention here. You can write down the values of the angles whichever are 90 degree, that is also possible, but this one is sufficient. Okay, so these two things are given. Now what we need to prove here, that we will mention. We need to show that angle B is equal to angle C. So these two angles we need to show equal. Let us start the proof. So now in the proof, first of all, see, if we want to prove the two angles are equal, in the whole chapter we are studying, first we need to prove the two triangles are congruent, and afterwards their corresponding parts will be equal because triangles are congruent. So angle B and angle C will be definitely the corresponding part of the congruent triangle. So we need to prove first two triangles are congruent. So here I am taking two triangles. For that, first two triangles we shall draw it. So suppose if I take, this is my first triangle, little bit wider we can make it. Yes, two triangles we have taken now. Okay, now these two triangles name I am giving. You can see the main figure. In the main figure we have two triangles, means in one triangle there are two another triangles. One triangle is triangle APB and one more triangle is there, that is AP and then C. Okay, now first of all observe angle APB is equal to 90 degree and angle APC will be also 90 degree. right? Second thing you observe, AP and AP is common. Okay, that we shall discuss at last. First of all, we shall discuss over here that which theorem is applicable. See, if you try to apply side angle side theorem or angle side angle theorem, so that formation will not be formed over them. That I will show you at the last why that formation is not coming. So here the theorem is applicable, that is RHS congruency theorem, right? Hypotenuse side theorem. So that theorem, what it says, we are studying from now last couple of questions. First of all, the first condition is the triangle should be a right angle triangle, and as you can see our triangles are right angle triangle. The second condition is the corresponding hypotenuse of both the triangle should be equal. So who are the hypotenuse here? The side which comes opposite to the angle of 90 degree is called as the hypotenuse of the triangle. So here in front of 90 degree, which side is coming? AB, and here which side is coming? AC. I have put up the equal mark on AB and AC. Why? Because it is given in the question AB and AC are equal. So we can say that our second condition is also fulfilled, that hypotenuse are equal. And third condition is from the remaining two pair of corresponding side or remaining pair of perpendicular side, we can say that any one should be equal. Means in short, you can see here we have the two remaining corresponding side. One is PB and PC and second one is AP and AP. So as you can see, AP and AP are equal because both are common in the triangles. So here we can see that the third condition is also fulfilled, AP is equal to AP. Now see, if I don't apply the RHS theorem, can I apply any other theorem? As you can see, two side and one angle is equal. So definitely here it will be applicable side angle side theorem. But as you can see, the equal angle is not coming between the including sides, between the two sides. Okay, that angle is not coming between them. So that 90 degree angle should come between the side AP and AB, and similarly AP and AC. Okay, so that angle is not included over there, therefore side angle side theorem is not applicable. So here relative theorem is RHS theorem, that we shall apply. Okay, so let us see how we can solve this question further. First of all, we shall write down in triangle. Now writing the name of triangle, while writing the name of triangle, be careful, you should write down the name of both the triangles in the same manner. For example, suppose if I write down the first triangle as APB, so in the same manner I am writing the second triangle also, APC. Okay, first of all we shall mention the condition number 1. Both the triangles are of 90 degree. So APB is equal to APC. Okay, here we can give the reason, each 90 degree. Second condition, their hypotenuse should be equal. So we will mention here hypotenuse AB is equal to hypotenuse AC, because it is given in the question AB and AC are equal. So that is with the help of given, that we can say. Third one is the common side, AP is equal to AP, that fulfill our third condition, that says one more remaining corresponding pair out of the remaining corresponding pair should be equal. So AP and AP is common, which is equal, and hence the third condition will be satisfied. So here we can say that therefore triangle APB is congruent to triangle APC. Here reason we can write down by RHS rule. Okay, now we have proved the triangle congruent, but did we get whatever we required? Look at the two angles now. First of all, look at this angle. This angle is angle ABP and this angle is angle ACP. Both the angles are corresponding. Yes, and corresponding angle will be always equal in two congruent triangles. Now since my triangles are congruent, so these corresponding angle or any corresponding part will be equal. So I can say that angle A B P is equal to angle ACP. The reason we will give here CPCT. Okay. Now first of all, see, angle ABP means which angle we are talking about. Now we shall look the main figure. With the help of the figure, two triangles we have drawn, we have taken the two angles equal. So angle ABP, you observe, this is our angle ABP, and which is actually angle B only. Similarly, look at the angle ACP. Angle ACP, in short we can write down angle C. Okay, the full name will be ACP, or you can write down ACB also. Okay, but in short you can write down angle B and angle C. So here we will write down or angle B is equal to angle C. Okay, and this question get over, and along with this question we can say we have completed all questions of chapter number 7. Exercise question got over. 7.4 is not in your syllabus, so we shall see at the end of the session if it is required some fundamental need to be taught to you, so on that time we can discuss. Okay, so this complete all the question. Now we are going to prove one theorem which is given in our syllabus. Actually some more theorems were there, but since according to the new syllabus that some theorems have been removed, so I am taking this theorem number 1. This is the only one theorem. Proof you need to cover up. Okay, what they are saying, show that in a triangle angle opposite to equal sides are equal. Means in a triangle two sides are given equal, then whichever the angles are coming opposite to that will be also equal. That they are saying. So see, in this theorem we have covered as an isosceles triangle theorem. You know it. If two sides are equal, then angle opposite to them are also equal. And converse part also you know that if two angles are equal, then side opposite to them are also equal. So here converse part we are not doing it. We are doing the isosceles triangle theorem only, because that much only it is given to prove. So first I will draw one triangle. Okay, and in this triangle we have given that simple one triangle is given ABC. I can give the name also. First of all, suppose this triangle name if I give as A, this point we can give the name as B, and this point we can give the name as C. Okay, and in this triangle we shall suppose that side AB and side AC are equal. So if I write down the given things, okay, what we have given here in triangle ABC, or we can say that triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. That we can say, that will look more proper here. Triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle that is two sides will be equal. So we are supposing here AB and AC are equal. Okay, what we need to prove here, that we will mention now. So we need to prove the angle opposite to the side AB and AC will be equal. Look at in front of AB, which angle you are observing. In front of AB, side AB, you are observing the angle C. So angle C will be equal to the angle opposite to the side AC. So in front of AC, which angle you are observing? C. This is your side AC. So in front of AC, you are observing the angle B. So here we can say that angle B and angle C we need to prove equal. angle B is equal to angle C. Now here remember, whenever we are proving something in the question, we have given that the things are given in such a way that are sufficient to prove the required question given over there, okay. But in theorem sometimes we need to draw some construction, and with the help of that only we can prove the required things. So here we will do some construction. Remember, construction as an additional part, and it may not be applicable in each and every theorem, but in frequently in many theorems we apply it. So here one more title we will add, that is construction. So first of all construction will do it, then we shall mention what construction we have done. So here we shall draw the angle bisector of angle A. Remember, you need to draw the angle bisector of angle A. So from the point A, I am drawing the angle bisector. Little bit we can extend it. Yes, okay, correct. So see, this is the angle bisector I have drawn. Angle bisector means what exactly? The line which divides the angle into two equal parts. So here you see we have drawn the angle bisector of angle A. So there are two equal parts will be, this is one of the equal part and this will be the another equal part. We can give the name of this two angle as angle 1 and angle 2. So we can say that angle 1 and angle 2 are equal because both are the equal part of angle A. So that construction we have done here. Here we shall write down, we draw angle bisector of angle A, that is we can say that angle 1 is equal to angle 2, okay, that also we have mentioned. Now we shall start the proof. Again, to prove something, as we are doing in the whole chapter, we need to show first two triangles are congruent. That is the basic requirement in all the question of this chapter, okay. As well as in chapter number 8 also, in many questions we shall prove the triangles are congruent, okay. But here I think we are proving each and every question, in each and every question we are proving the triangles are congruent. So here also we shall take the two triangles we shall take. Before that, see here one point we forgot to mark. This point I can give the name as P. We draw the angle bisector. Here I think we should mention AP. We will mention AP, okay, that is required. Angle bisector AP of angle A. So see, again the question comes, which two triangles we can take. So as you can see, in the main triangle there are two another triangles, okay. So first we shall take the two triangles over here. This is the first triangle I am taking, and in the similar way I am taking the second triangle. So here this triangle name I am giving here as APB. You can move the vertex here and there, no problem, but give the name both the triangle in the same way, so the corresponding vertices should come at the same place. APB and APC, okay. First of all we shall see in these two triangles which things are equal over here, okay. First of all you observe AP and AP are common and that are coming at the corresponding location as well. So we can say that yes, one pair of corresponding side we got equal. Second thing, observe in the question we have given that AB and AC are equal. So that is also one of the corresponding pair. So we can say that one more corresponding pair we got equal. Now look at the angle number 1. Okay, angle 1, if you see, that is angle 1 name is, the proper name of angle 1 is angle PAB. Okay, look at carefully in the figure. P, then go to A and then come to B. So that is angle number 1 and that is coming here. This is your angle number 1, which is equal to the angle number 2, means angle PAC. Look at the angle PAC, right? That is angle number 2. So we can say that angle 1 and angle 2 are also equal, and now you see perfectly side angle side theorem is applicable. In the previous question, what happened? The angle was 90 degree, but it was not coming between the side, and here it is coming between the two equal sides. So first we shall mention now in the proof, in triangle APB, and triangle APC. Okay, first we shall write down AB is equal to AC. AB is equal to AC. Give the reason over here given. Second, we shall mention here AP is equal to AP. This is common. Okay, and the third thing, angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2, that is with the help of construction. Okay, here the new thing we are going to learn. This is with the help of construction. So now we can say that triangle APB, therefore triangle APB is congruent to triangle APC by side angle side rule, right? Now after proving the triangle congruent, did we get the required things? What was required? We required angle B and angle C. So look at these two angles. This one, angle ABP and angle ACP. These two angles are equal because both are corresponding and triangles are congruent. So first of all we shall mention these two angles ABP and ACP. So we can say that therefore angle ABP is equal to angle ACP. Give the reason over here, CP, CT, corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Now look at the main figure given to us in the question. Angle ABP means which angle? We have done in the previous question also. Okay, look at, this is your angle ABP, which is actually angle B only. Similarly, angle C is angle ACP. So that we will mention here as, or we can say that in short, this is angle B and this will be angle C. Okay, and we can say yes, the theorem gets over. So this is the only one theorem which is presently in the syllabus. Okay, till last year there were some more theorems was given, but right now according to the latest CBSE syllabus, that is, this is the only one theorem could be asked from this chapter. Okay, so this theorem proof you need to prepare it. This theorem may come for 2 to 3 marks in the examination. Now I am starting the solved examples. So let us see the first example over here. At least one example today we shall cover up. So let us see the solved example number 1. First example, as you can see in front of your screen, that in the figure OA is equal to OB. OD is equal to OC, that is given in the question, then we have to show that triangle AOD and triangle BOC are congruent, that we can easily prove it. And second part, we need to prove here AD and BC are parallel. Okay, so let us see the one by one both the parts. First we shall write down the given things in the question. So given, we shall mention, we'll write down OA is equal to OB. Second, we have given OD is equal to OC. Now what we need to prove? We shall mention both the parts. First part is triangle AOD is congruent to triangle BOC. Second part is AD is parallel to BC. Okay, let us start the proof. So first, you see, I am taking two triangles over here. Okay, first of all, I will show you the two triangles. I will draw it here. This is my first triangle I am taking, and one more triangle I am taking along with that, and these two triangles I need to prove congruent as per the part number 1. So see, in the part number 1, which two triangles we have given? That is triangle AOD, and second triangle is BOC, right? Now what we have given equal in this question? We can see OA and OB are given equal, that we can mark. Second one is OD is equal to OC, that is also given equal, that also we can mark. Now see, two corresponding sides we got equal. If we get the angle between them is also equal, then we can say that triangles are congruent with the help of side angle side theorem. So I am talking about angle AOD and angle BOC. Are these two angles are also equal? Look at in the main figure. AOD, this is your angle AOD, right? And this is your angle BOC. These two angles are not simple angle, these are special kind of angles. So special kind of angles means which kind of angles they are? You observe two lines are intersecting at a point O. Which two lines? AB and CD. So we can say that if two lines intersect at a point, then at the point of intersection, the angle formed in front of each other are called as vertically opposite angle. And these are vertically opposite angle, angle AOD and angle BOC. And these angles are always equal. Okay, so here we can say that by side angle side congruency theorem, the triangles are congruent, and our first part get over. So now we shall write down in triangle AOD and triangle BOC. First, we shall mention here OA is equal to OB. Second, we shall mention here second is OD is equal to OC. For both the equations, we can give a common reason, that is given. Second thing, we shall mention here angle AOD. Angle AOD is equal to angle BOC, that is with the help of vertically opposite angles. Okay, so we can say that therefore triangle AOD is congruent to triangle BOC. Okay, by side angle side rule we can check the figures I have drawn there. So with the help of that we can say clearly by side angle side rule the triangles are congruent, and here you can say proved first part. first part got over. Right, now let us concentrate on the second part. See, in second part we need to prove two lines are parallel. Which two lines they are talking about? AD and BC. One thing remember, in the class 10th when you will prove that lines are parallel, you will have some more options to prove the lines parallel. But in class 9th you will have only one option. In that one option you can prove by three different ways the lines parallel. The first way is either you prove the pair of corresponding angle formed onto the line are equal, or else you prove the alternate angle formed onto the line are equal. Okay, and the third way is you prove the pair of interior angle formed onto the line are supplementary, means their sum is 180 degree. So any of the way will be applicable here. Now which way will be applicable, that we shall see. First of all, one thing you observe, if I say look at the angle ADO, this angle I am talking about, ADO and angle BCO. Can I say that these two angles are equal? Definitely yes. How? Because triangles are congruent and these are the corresponding parts. So corresponding part will be always equal. So first we shall mention these two angles equal. Okay. So we can say that here, therefore angle ADO is equal to angle BCO. That we can say with the help of CP/CT. Okay, but now what is the benefit of getting these two angles equal? For that you need to see the main figure given to us. Okay, angle ADO, look at, this is your angle ADO, and BCO, this is your angle BCO. Suppose if I extend this line little further, now look at very carefully. Okay, and similarly if I extend the line AD also in this way, and if I extend the transversal, remember here transversal is CD, like this. Okay, please do not consider the transversal AB. Okay, it will confuse you. So from your mind, please erase temporarily the line AB. Okay, look at the line transversal CD. Now look at these two angles. This one I am talking about, this angle and this angle. Definitely you will observe these two are alternate angles, and we know that alternate angles are equal, then lines are parallel. So here actually these two angles we got equal, but these two angles are basically alternate angles. So here we shall write down further, but these are alternate angles. Alternate angles. Okay, so therefore we can say that which lines will be parallel here. Okay, I think AD and BC we need to prove parallel. Look at once again. See, one base line is AD and the above that line is given BC. So AD and BC will be parallel. So we can say that therefore AD is parallel to the line BC, and hence this question get over. Okay, so now next time in the next session we shall cover up the some more solved example. I think total 7 examples are given. So next session we shall cover up 3 to 4 examples, and one more session may be required to end the chapter. Okay, thank you.